it's me, Kayla Friday, and welcome back to my channel here at Little Cahaba Junkin. Buster's already beneath me with his toy trying to be in the video. Buster, we're trying to make a home tour video. Why are you always like this? Y'all. Let's try this. Hey everybody, it's me, Kayla Friday, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because today I'm getting to share with you my spring home tour. I have been getting this house ready for spring for about the past month, and I'm really excited with how everything turned out. I've got lots of new fun pieces that I found at some recent shows, thrifting, estate sales, and things like that. If I had to describe my taste in the decor in my home, I would say it's kind of a vintage hodgepodge mixed with a bunch of random crap. I love to go junkin', obviously the name of the channel, Little Cahaba Junkin'. And if I see something that I like, I grab it and I put it in my home. So I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and just a hodgepodge of fun stuff. But I'm so excited today because this is actually a collaboration that I'm doing with my good friend Hollie Miner over at Simply Lake and Lace. She has amazing decor, lifestyle, all kind of fun fashion stuff. I'm sure most of you probably know Hollie because you probably found me through Hollie. About 3 years ago, when Hollie was starting her channel, she realized that I did some farmhouse decorating as well, and she needed some new content for her channel, so she reached out to me on Facebook and asked if she could come film. And I was like, well, sure, come on. And it just kind of spiraled from there. So I met lots of new friends on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube through Hollie. So I kind of got up the guts to create my own YouTube channel. And I'm so excited to be collaborating with her. She is a big reason that I'm able to be here on YouTube. She got me started and introduced a lot of you guys to me. So I'm very thankful for her. I've known Hollie for our whole lives. We went to the same high school, Thorsby High School in Chilton County, Alabama. We had less than 50 people in our graduating class, and we both remained here in Chilton County after graduation, so we were able to keep in close contact with each other and see each other out and about. And she's just always been in my life in one form or fashion. But she's a really great Christian woman. You're gonna love her. Like I said, I'm pretty sure most of you already know her, but if you don't, go over and give her channel a visit and look at all her awesome content. So without further ado, let's go take a look around my home for spring. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm excited to show it to you. So as always, Buster Brown, we will begin here in the living area. Let's do a little small spin. And we'll start over here in my corner. So this is obviously our front door over here coming in from the driveway. And over in this corner, I have this really pretty old chippy door and this blue shutter. And then in front of that, I have a blanket ladder with some really pretty hand quilted blankets. The top one there actually came from my really good friend Jennifer at work. She's a very talented person. She can do calligraphy, she can knit, she can do anything. So she made me that, and the bottom one was thrifted. And then in this old, it's not an old, it's actually new, but it looks old. And as you can see, it says number 2. It kind of reminds me of an old crock, but this actually came from the at-home store. But I have in there planted Buster. Y'all excuse Buster, y'all know he's a part of the family. But I have this pothos plant that came from my Uncle James's funeral a little over 4 years ago, and it has done so well. I say that he just kind of shines on it from heaven and keeps it growing. And then I have just a pop of spring with this cute little plant. Y'all know I'll be having brain farts all the time, but this really cute little spring hat. I actually purchased this from it's a really cheap clothing store called Shein. It's online. Their clothes are hit or miss, but they do have some cute accessories, and this little hat was only $4. Then we'll spin over here. I've got a really pretty little spring scene going on the TV. And then around the TV, I have my plantation shutters that are always here. Those actually came from a store over in Columbiana, Alabama called Dragonflies. And then Our TV is sitting on this little piece that came from Home Goods, but it's been probably 5 years ago, but they do have similar pieces. And then beside our TV here, I have this old chair. It also came from Dragonflies, and it has a really pretty scene of a bird, and it's just old. I don't know how steady it is. We don't actually sit in it. It's just there for looks. But and beside that, I have this old sewing bucket with a nice throw blanket. So let's go over here and look under the TV stand. Show you what I got going on in here. All right. You can see my reflection. What's up, y'all? So in this first little cubby, I have just some old books with the pages sticking out. I've been really into the trend of sticking the pages out instead of the spine of the books. And then I have my collection of beautiful vintage flower frogs. I have all colors, shapes, and sizes. But most recently, I found this adorable actual little frog-shaped flower frog, and I thought he was just absolutely adorable. I purchased him at the antique store at Cedar Creek Nursery. And then I have some amber bottles. Let me scoot forward. And then way back here in the back, I have this old panoramic photo of our servicemen. And if you or your loved ones serve in our military, God bless you, and I just thank you. And then down here on this side, I have some more amber bottles. And in the back, I have an old brass trumpet and then some more books. So let's go look over here. Okay, over here, I have obviously more amber bottles and this really cute little clock. This was actually a thrift store find. And then back here, I have my most recent purchase of a photo that came from the Odenville show. And this just looks like a little picture from a family reunion or something like that. And some more books. And then down here, I have my once beautiful wedding bouquet and Corey's boutonniere. I always keep these here just because they are so fragile, but I really do, hopefully soon, want to get these and ship them somewhere and have, you know, you can actually get jewelry or things like that made from old flowers. So I would love to have something like that made that I can keep forever that's a little more sturdy. All right, let's go see the rest of the living room. Right over here, and if y'all haven't noticed, I love to say, all right. If you're watching this and you actually talk to me on the phone, you know before I get off the phone, I have to say, well, alrighty then, at least 10 times before I actually get off the phone. I'm like, alrighty then, well, I love you. Well, alrighty, I'll talk to you later. It's a bad habit, y'all just bear with me. But over here, above my love seat, I have this really pretty little landscape painting. I actually purchased it from Vintage Market Days of Birmingham. And it has a little pretty spring scene with a cute lake. And I'll give you a close-up of that here in just a minute. And then our furniture actually came from Rooms to Go. This furniture has held up okay, but I probably will never purchase more furniture from there again. Because some of our other pieces haven't been as sturdy, but everybody has different experiences. But over here on this couch, I have these really adorable pillows. The back one back there actually came from Walmart. You saw it during my fall or my winter home tour. And then this one in front came from Target. And I just love the textured pillows together. And then we'll come over here. I just love this scene. Wouldn't you love to live here, guys? Look at that. Looks so peaceful. And I love the water. All right, we're spin over here. So next to our couch, I have this little end table. And on the bottom, I store these two floofs. And they actually are little floor cushions that you pull out and you can sit on the floor if we have a lot of company. We don't have enough room to sit. You can actually sit on the floor comfortably in those. And those came from Target. And then over here, I have my lamp, which I'm actually looking for a more vintage style lamp. Hopefully I'll find one at Vintage Pickin'. But for now, I have that one that's been there forever. I have an old vintage radio that came from the thrift store for $6. And then I have another pretty pothos plant in this little brass urn. And if I'm not saying the names of things correctly, like my plants, y'all don't be ugly. I know I'm not the best at pronouncing everything. Y'all know I'm just an old country girl. And then over here above my couch, I have my really pretty cathedrals. And then I have some more cute pillows. Over here, I have another one from Walmart. This one in front came from Target, and that was actually purchased like a few weeks ago, so it's still there. It's in the outdoor section, and that one also came from Target. And then that little throw came from Target. Buster. Y'all, Buster Brown is just the most prettiest part of our house. Let's show them the rest of the room. As you know, if you've been following me for any length of time on Hollie's channel, I had a traditional coffee table and Buster Brown chewed it to pieces when he was a baby. So I replaced it with this really pretty wicker trunk, and it actually came from Amazon. And on here, I just have this really cute little basket. The woven basket came from Target recently. And I have one of my oil lamps, which you know I love, some old books, a little bundle of tulips. And then today we're burning Sweet Lemon by Antique Candle Co. Back up and show you kind of how this looks. And then over here, I used to have this facing more directly towards the coffee table, but I moved out y'all bear with me, the recliner kind of facing more towards the door, and it made the room look bigger. So over here on this little end table, I have this really pretty planter. I call her my Medusa head because she's always got something growing out of her hair. And in her, I have a little house plant, and it is so pretty. It actually came from Walmart. And then I have some pretty green bottles and another cute clock, which was a thrift store find. And then beneath that here, I have a collection of amber bottles. All right, one of my favorite areas of my home now to decorate is this faux mantle. I have always wanted a mantle to decorate, and obviously my house doesn't have one. So the last time we went to vintage picking in, I believe it was October, I found this adorable mantle at a little shop there on their main street in Fort Payne. So in front of the mantle, I have this collection of old suitcases and trunks. And then here, I just have this little banner that I made myself with just some old hymnal pages and some jute cord. And then I'll go kind of slow and let you see everything on my mantle. I wanted to do lots of pops of green for spring. So I got lots of these bottles thrifted. Cute little mannequin, or not mannequin, little bust. Some old candlesticks. Those came from my coworker, Shanna. Some old shoe molds. I love these tulips. They are so realistic. I actually got them from Amazon. It was a bunch of 30 for like 18 bucks. And then this really cute little old cross stitch. Some more green bottles. And then some more books. So I'll back up and give you an overall look. And this mirror actually came from Rustic Relics. So I'm going to do another little spin around and just kind of show you the whole gist of the living area. Not a whole lot going on, but I tried to be more simplistic for spring. And I know that this is not simplistic for a lot of y'all, but it kind of is for me. Let's head to the kitchen. Okay, friends, we are now in the kitchen, and my wonderful assistant, Buster Brown, is gonna walk with us. So over here, we'll just start with my little hutch. This was actually a bookcase that I purchased at Brass Bear Antiques, like I said before in my other videos, and I painted it. And I'll just kind of go in and show you the shelves. I do collect some Rae Dunn. I've recently thinned out my collection, but I still love it, so I am keeping it here. And I love it mixed with the brass and all of the wood pieces. I do get a lot of questions about this little semicircle plate rack. I love it. I've had it for years. Just go to Amazon and search farmhouse style semicircle plate rack and it will pop up. But I just love all the different layers and textures that's here in this little hutch. I think it turned out really cute. And then on top, I just have that old picnic basket. All right, then over here, next to my hutch, I have my dress form named Esther Ruth. Esther was my maternal grandmother and Ellen Ruth was my paternal grandmother. So her name came from them, Esther Ruth. And today she is wearing her plain white apron. And she's next to this butter churn that came from my husband, Corey. It came from his granny's house. And I'm so thankful to have that. And her name is Norma Jean. Then over here on my big chalkboard, I just wrote bloom where Christ plants you, because you never know where you're going to end up. God has plans for you. You never know where he's going to lead you next. So wherever you end up, use your time wisely, use your gifts to the best of your ability, and just bloom where he plants you. Coming over here to this corner, I have this beautiful shelf that my very talented brother, who is a carpenter, made for me out of an old door. He just sawed it in half, put it back together, and then made those shelves. But over here, I have on the top shelf 2 old muffin tins. The one in the front was actually my grandmother, Esther's. I was never able to meet her, but I'm actually named after her. My name is Kayla Esther. And then I have this piece of ironstone with some old spindles sticking out. I have a really pretty pothos plant that has just went wild. I love it. And then over here, I have a little rabbit's foot fern. It's called a rabbit's foot because it has these little furry things that come out of it. That's where the actual fern grows from. A collection of kitchen tools. And then in this little guy, I just have some old carpenter rulers. And then next to it, I have this really pretty plant. I actually got it from my husband's pawpaw's funeral about a year ago. And I don't even really know what kind of plant it is, but it has done so well and it's so beautiful. And I have it in this 5-gallon crock that my aunt purchased for me on the longest yard sale. So I just love how this kitchen is turning out this spring. So on my table above it, this is not what actually came in the house. We bought this little light fixture from Lowe's, but I get a lot of questions about this table. It's like an old school lunchroom style table. It just swings in and out, and each of these will hold 300 pounds, so it is pretty sturdy. But this actually came from World Market, and I believe they still carry it. But here on my table skate this time, I have this little, it's called a table throw. This actually came from Target, and it has some really pretty blue stitching. But I just kind of threw some things on here. I have this really pretty egg basket from my Aunt Penny, and I just put some different pieces of china or plates in there. And then I have some ironstone pieces with some little pictures. And then in the back, I have this really pretty glass jar that also came from Penny. And Penny's my aunt. I just love her. She's my junkin' buddy. And I have these beautiful lilies. These are just gorgeous. And these are real. I just love them. I actually buy these at our local Winn-Dixie. And then over here above my door, I have this really cute sign that says Farmer's Market Fresh Produce for Sale. And I purchased it from Etsy. Okay, now we'll spin over here on my counter. I try to just kind of create little vignettes with each corner of my counter space. But over here, I have this really pretty old set of scales that I purchased from my friend Angie Barnett. She's a local junker and she has excellent taste. And she has a Facebook page called Fence Row Finds. And then in my little display over here, I have this cookbook with an apple cake for my fresh apples that I can make displayed. So when I got married, my aunt purchased this and she wrote all of our family recipes, one from each of my aunts and cousins in here. That way I would have it when me and my husband got married and I would be able to carry on cooking all those wonderful dishes. Then I have my little pig that I got from my mother. She's had it for years. I believe she got it when they first got married. And over here, I have my KitchenAid. And I just have a linen napkin hanging out of there. And I have this really pretty house plant and an old urn. And then here I have this adorable little chicken egg basket. I purchased this from Prattville Pickers. And I have some fresh farm eggs in here from my friend Chris at work. And he is just sitting on a cute little stack of plates. We'll just keep spinning. Over here, don't have a whole lot going on, but I do have my pretty copper pepper and salt shakers. In this corner, I used to have my Ray Dunn sitting over here, but like I said, I'm thinning it out, and now I have these beautiful copper canisters that I love. They were an Etsy purchase. And then over here, I have some various really pretty pitchers. This one's an ironstone, and this one's just a pottery piece, but I have some old vintage kitchen tools in them. And in here, we're burning Mama's kitchen. How appropriate. All these candles smell so good. And then I have my adorable little pig. I love pigs, and my Aunt Kim, who is also a junker, had this little pig at her house, and I kept just making over it and loving it and talking about it every time I was there. So she found me one, and I was so excited. Then over here, we just have our Keurig and our coffee area. I have this little coffee cup stand, and I have these clear coffee cups that came from Dollar Tree, and I love those. And then here, I bought this little drawer at the last Vintage Market Days of Birmingham, and I keep our coffee in there. So I've got Corey's coffee, my coffee, and then some tea and some hot cocoa. So I'll do another little spin around so you can see everything. I think my favorite thing is that cute little chicken. He's adorable. All right, let's head this way. Coming into my hallway, I used to have a shelf hanging here that's been here forever, but I actually moved it into the guest bedroom, and I hung this beautiful little spring picture here that I purchased at Taylor Morgan Vintage in Prattville, and I just think it turned out so cute right here. Spin, and then over here I have this old chippy window. We actually took the panes out, and I put this F on here. F is for my last name, Friday, and this was actually our guest book at our wedding, so that we would have a more unique way to display it, and we can look and see everyone's well wishes, and I just love it. Right. As y'all know, I'm gonna keep saying all right. So this is the guest bathroom, and I just hung this adorable little cross stitch that I bought at the last vintage show we went to in Odenville. I hung it up here just to give a pop of spring. And then I have this little green towel. Can't really tell because it's not showing up good in the light, but it's a really pretty green, like a sage green. Those came from Target. Hollie will be so proud I remembered to put down my toilet seat. And then over here, I have this really cute little wooden riser. This came from Farmhouse and Family. It's a local sale here in Alabama. And my amber bottle came from Target. Let's spin this way. And then over here, I've had this in here since we have moved in. It's just an old chippy window with the front or the panes knocked out. And I have some more of these pretty green throw towels or hand towels. And then I have this real primitive looking wreath. This is just a grapevine wreath, and I just love it in here. View of our bathroom. The most important part is toilet paper. You don't want to be in here doing your business with no toilet paper. And this jute rug actually came from Amazon, if you were wondering. All right, now we're going to look at the guest bedroom. So the guest bedroom is probably one of my favorite areas in the house this season because I just love the way it turned out. I think it's so springy and so fresh, and I just love it. So let's go around and we'll tell you where everything came from. This adorable little picture came actually from a thrift store in Columbiana, Alabama, and it was only $4, and I thought this little girl was so cute. Coming in here, we'll spin around. I love how this area turned out. So I used to have that big shiffer robe over here against this wall, but I wanted some more room, and I wanted something I could actually play more with during the seasons. So I added this accordion rack. So the rack actually came from a sale in Odenville, Alabama. We went to about a month ago, And I kind of wanted my theme for the rack to be spring gardening. So I have a couple of old denim shirts that I'm like, okay, we can work out in the yard with our denim. And then I have this really pretty old paintbrush that I purchased at Rustic Relics here in Clanton, because we might be painting our wooden fences, guys. And then my cute little hat to wear out to keep the sun out of my face. A cute little apron that I can put my gardening tools in. And then I've got some throws and a little blanket. And of course, I gotta have my little water pitcher here to water my flowers. And coming down, I have this beautiful piece that my paternal grandfather, Jim, made. He was a carpenter, my dad's a carpenter, and my brother's a carpenter. You know, Jesus was a carpenter, so we're just trying to be the best we can. But anyway, he made this beautiful bench, and it used to be in my grandmother's kitchen. So I'm so thankful that I was able to get it from my aunt, because all of my grandparents have passed away. But on the bench here, I have this really pretty plant coming out of this cute little woven basket that was a thrift find. And then I have some more adorable vintage books. In this little guy. I just love this little bust. So spinning over here, I have this chifforobe that also came from my granny's house. And then at the foot of the bed, I have this beautiful trunk that was also my grandmother's. So this room has a whole lot of sentimental pieces in it. And I just draped that really pretty throw. So over here in the bed area, I love this old screen that's hanging above the bed. That came from Rustic Relics. And normally I have some sort of wreath hanging above it, but I wanted something different for spring, so I added these 3 cute little straw hats. The furniture in here actually used to be brown, and I just painted it with some chalk paint a couple years ago. But all the bedding actually came from Walmart. And I'll scoot down and show you. It just has this really cute little ruffle detail. And the pillows came from TJ Maxx, and then this one came from Walmart this year. It's actually an outdoor pillow, but I just love it, and it was too pretty to put outside. Have my peace lily. Okay, over here on my chest of drawers, or my Chester drawers, if you're a redneck like me, I have another vintage radio. I love it. It's not as vintage as it seems, because on the top it actually has a CD player, but I love it. And then I have this really pretty Big Ben clock that my Aunt Penny gave me. And then I have a collage of my oil lamps, because you know I love my oil lamps. So coming over here, I have this beautiful Singer sewing machine that came from my husband's granny. She's the one that also gave me that butter churn in there, and I just love it. I've got to figure out a better way to display it. So this is my little work area. Got my printer and my laptop. But over here, I just have this cute little lamp that is a milk glass lamp with this little shade that is actually just the metal, but I love it. Some cute brass candlesticks. Then I have this really pretty pothos plant and another little urn. And this is also from Antique Candle Co. And this is the Sweet Lemon. I love this scent. And then over here, I have this little shelf that was made from the back of a chair. This normally hangs in the hallway, but I brought it in here, and I just think it looks so cute over here. Buster just coughed. Living with a dog, y'all. But I have some more vintage books, and then these really cute little brass birds that also came from my coworker Shanna. Her mother's the one that I got those pretty brass candlesticks from, and these also came from her. So I just love a little spin around the room. I just love how this turned out, especially this little area over here. It's one of my favorites. Let's see what else we got, guys. So coming down my hallway, I have a Buster Brown. Then I have this really pretty picture that my husband got me a few years ago for Christmas. Hopefully one day we'll own some acreage and have an old barn like this on the property. And then we'll have our picture in our new home that we build there. But that's several years down the road from here. But you got a dream, right, guys? Last but not least, we have our master bedroom. And over here, I have these beautiful pictures of me and my husband that my father-in-law actually took with my husband's iPhone, and I printed them on this beautiful canvas from Smallwoods. I'll spin around and show the bed. So the bedding is changed up from what it normally is. I actually got this really cute duvet cover set from Amazon for $25. It was super inexpensive. It's not the best quality, but hey, it was 25 bucks. And then I got this really pretty bed blanket for 30 bucks from Amazon as well. And over here, I have another Walmart pillow. I have a really, these two really pretty ones actually came from Shein. They're pillow covers that I put over some old pillows. So I love how bright and fresh the bedding looks. And then on each nightstand, I have my really pretty lamps that came from Hobby Lobby. And then I have a really pretty pothos plant and this cute little planter. And then in here, we are burning country pear. So I flipped on one of my lamps so you can actually see. It makes a really pretty glow against the wall. Then over here, I have, surprise, another one of these accordion racks. I just love them. I kind of went cray-cray with them. But on this one, I have this really cute little basket. This came from Target, and some more of those faux tulips. I have another cute little hat from Shein. And then this cute little romper is actually, I'll put that up. This little romper is actually a bathing suit cover. And then I have some more cute denim. So let me fix this. The hat is back in the appropriate place. And then over here, I have this really pretty church pew. It actually came out of a church, but it was redone. And I purchased it from a lady off of Facebook. But over here, I have another cute pillow. This is another cover from Shein. And then I have over here my little prayer basket that has some Bibles and then a prayer book and a daily devotional book. I'll give you a little spin. I really want to find something soon, some type of architectural piece or something to put above the bed. But for now, we're just leaving it kind of plain Jane, but that's okay. Gotta start somewhere. Oh, and I also have to show always this beautiful mirror. This came from Stray Cats Home Decor in Birmingham. It's an old screen door made into a mirror, and I just love it. It's one of my favorite pieces. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed our home tour for spring. I hope that you saw something that is inspiring to you. Maybe you have a similar piece just sitting in your garage or in your attic and you're like, I didn't know I could decorate with that. So anything can be used as decor. You saw all kind of stuff throughout my home that's not traditional decor pieces, but it's just fun to put your own spin on things. So like I always say, there's no right or wrong in decor. If you love it, that's what matters. Everybody's taste is different. But I hope that you all have a very blessed spring. I hope in this new season that the Lord just blesses you immensely. I hope that if there are any closed doors, that He opens new ones for you. Always remember that no matter what we're going through in life, that God is good. He's on the throne, and He just has awesome plans for us. And like I had said on my chalkboard in there, bloom where Christ plants you. You never know where you're going to end up. You never know what your circumstances in life are going to be. By the grace of God, or, I have a house, I have a job, but any day my whole world could spiral out of control. But no matter what happens, just use your gifts that God gives you. Use your talents. Go out and tell the people about the Lord, and just be a good person and a good Christian and be a witness, and just share the love of Jesus wherever you go. And with all that being said, I hope you have a very blessed weekend, and I'm so excited that you were able to stop by. I will be sharing, I know that I shared a few glimpses of the outside of our home, but I will be sharing a complete outside home tour once I finish getting all my flowers planted and all my shrubs pruned and all that fun stuff. So be on the lookout for that video. But anyway, I'll see you next time, and I hope that you always be blessed. Have a good weekend.
Buster Brown, are you so excited it's springtime? Are you excited to have this warm weather? He loves to play in the fresh grass. Tell Roddy you say hi. Mwah!